Semester 2, and we are starting with similarity, ratios and proportions. First, we'll look at ratios. You've had those. It compares two numbers, A and B, and can be written as A to B, A double dot B, or A over B, as long as B doesn't equal 0. Examples 1 to 2, 1 to 2, or 1 over 2. Writing ratios. Slope can be thought of as a ratio of rise and run. So the ratio, rise, it went from -1 up to 3. That means it went up 4. Run, over, it went from -2 to 4. That's 6. 4 over 6, but we would always write that as 2 over 3 because you reduce the fractions. Ratio can involve more than two numbers. The ratio of the side lengths of this rectangle are 3 to 7 to 3 to 7. Now we're going to look at ratios in similar polygons, often triangles. Ratio, the length of the corresponding sides of two polygons. For example, similar ratio of this triangle ABC to triangle DEF. And they find sides that match. Angles all have to be congruent, sides that line up. So 3 to 6 reduces to 1 over 2. If we're talking of the little triangle to the big triangle, or similarity ratio, big triangle to little triangle, 6 to 3, or 2 to 1. Here's another. What's the ratio? Triangle ABC to triangle DEF. So these are similar triangles. Littlest number on ABC is 16. Littlest number on DEF is 12. 16 over 12 reduces to 4 over 3. The ratio is 4 to 3. If we do it backwards, DEF to ABC, 12 over 16 reduces to 3 over 4. The ratio is 3 to 4. The other type of problems you'll have to do is on a graph. And here's the numbers, and you could immediately put A at right 2 and down 2. B at right 2 and up 3 and labeled B. C at left 3 and up 3, labeled C, and then left 3 and down 2, labeled D, and when you connect those, you have a square labeled ABCD. And then we're going to use the scale factor of a half, or it can be denoted as D for dilation, 0.5 for 1/2. How you do that is you multiply everything by the 1/2, or the 0.5. 2 times a half is 1. -2 times a half is -1. 2 times a half is 1. 3 times a half is 1.5. -3 times a half is -1.5. +3 times a half is 1.5, or 1.5. -3 times a half is -1.5. -2 times a half is -1. So then you would put that on the graph. So to the right one, down one is A prime. Notice, label it A prime. And then right one, up 1.5, B prime. Left 1.5, up 1.5, C prime. Left 1.5, down 1, D prime. And then you connect them for a smaller square that's half the size of the big square. That's what you need to do on ratios.